Watch him make it, break it down.
The future in online marketing, some say, lies in user-generated content combined with a great content testing strategy. Well, we're gonna learn how you do that on TikTok. I'm very much looking forward to learn it from Nina and Casey. So without further ado, let's give it to them. The stage is yours. Let's go.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here today to learn how to create an ad for TikTok and the importance of continuous testing. So my name is Casey Murray. I'm the Director of Partnerships here at Coley. I oversee both agency and technology integration partners, and I have the pleasure of introducing our friend and partner, Nina at Shuttle Rock.
Thank you, Casey. Such a pleasure to be here. I'm Nina, Head of North America Partnerships at Shuttle Rock. And before we set the scene, I'm going to express why I'm so excited about what we are speaking upon, being TikTok co-created, user-generated content and optimizing for the specific platform. In March of 2020, I was diagnosed with stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma and turned to TikTok as my way to have an outlet of inspiration and hope from strangers all around the world. I got to see firsthand why TikTok is so special. And today I'm going to share why, not only as a content creator, but as an advertiser, it is so important to be on this platform. So why TikTok? It is 2 times more effective than traditional media channels with a 14% higher ROAS compared to Nielsen measured digital media channels. 67% of users were inspired to shop even when they weren't looking to do so. And 52% of users say that they found a new product on TikTok.
Awesome. Thank you, Nina. So as you can tell, we are elated to have Nina joining us here. But for the sake of starting out, I'll be doing the first half in terms of talking about generating net new UGC and how to incorporate that into your influencer strategy on TikTok. But just a quick background on Coley. Coley is a SaaS solution that helps brands and agencies and advertisers to collect and activate content across various channels. So we're hyper-focused on connecting creators and influencers with brands to enable both parties to be mutually beneficial, just like partnerships. So we love what we do, and if you have any questions, we'll provide our contact information at the end. But for the sake of today, I really wanted to be hyper-focused on what Coley cares about and how Coley thinks about navigating content. And so we have a mantra that is content engineering. And we believe that this is the future of all things content, especially as it comes to TikTok. And so it all starts with generating content that is defined by you, the brand, or the advertiser. And from there, being able to activate it in channels like TikTok. And what's so exciting about influencer marketing for me is learning Nina's story. It tells me so much about TikTok because I myself just relied on TikTok for the viral videos and the funny quick shorts and dances, but learning how truly motivating it is to connect with people that you may have not connected with in a unique platform. That's what's exciting and why Coley is so honored to be one of the partners of TikTok for this initiative. And so once you activate content, you're able to measure it through Coley. And this is incredibly important as you build out your strategy, because by measuring it, you can make informed decisions so that you can generate more content that actually fits the mold so that you're optimizing your performance and you're maximizing your reach. And so as we think about this, where the heck do I begin? What is a TikTok? What is a TikTok? Let's talk about it. So first things first, you're going to start with your creative brief. And so here at Coley, and personally, I like to think of this as a job description. So effectively, you are calling on content creators and influencers to build out your strategy, but also giving them creative control. And so within this creative brief or this job description, you want to spell out exactly what you're looking for. You could say, we want to send you product XYZ We want you to unbox it. We want you to dance. We want you to try it on. But most importantly, we want you to be you. And so as Nina just explained, Nina has a follower account that is truly unbelievable and remarkable, but at the same time, it makes sense because Nina's story is so amazing. But Nina doesn't want to receive product and not be herself, because the followers that Nina has are not just followers. These are advocates for her and her story and what she went through. And that's what TikTok's about. And so as you think about building out your creative brief and spelling out what you're looking for, don't forget the most important part about UGC is letting the creators be themselves. But at the same time, you want to make sure that you're spelling out exactly what you're looking for. You want to define what the review process is going to look like. So as a brand or the agency or the advertiser, when you're reaching out to TikTok influencers, you want to tell them upfront, here's what we're expecting. Here's the payout that you should expect. Here's the timelines in which we're looking. Because at the end of the day, if you reach out to an influencer who says, yes, we're on board, but then they don't end up delivering, you're on the hook. So this is your opportunity to spell out exactly what this looks like to achieve the best results. And so that leads me to finding the ideal influencer. Who the heck do I go to? My brand is in CPG. My brand is in health and beauty. Where do I start? Well, the beauty of our theory around content engineering is that more is merrier, especially when it comes to TikTok. So we believe that it's best for you to work with an array of influencers so that you're getting an idea of what is resonating when it comes to your brand and their respective audiences. And so as you begin navigating TikTok and everything between, you want to be cognizant of anticipated engagement. What is the desired impressions? Because at the end of the day, utilizing influencer marketing, it's all about reach. And it's all about maximizing awareness for your brand. And so that's really where it comes into play up front. You want to acknowledge what is the typical engagement on all of their posts? How many followers do they have? So that you can think, what will this look like for my brand by working with this influencer? And so our theory is that you should always stick to the creative brief. So the creative brief, as you'll note, is the most important part here, aside from the creators themselves. So this is your opportunity, again, to spell out exactly what you're looking for, but at the same time, allowing creative control from the influencers themselves. And so as I talked about, more the merrier, you want to diversify your influencer selection. So if you're looking to find influencers on TikTok who specialize in food and cooking, try to go outside New York for once. You know, the East Coast is great, but what about the Midwest? What about West Coast? And what about different walks of life? There's so many different types of cooks and chefs that you truly don't know as a brand what is going to resonate. So that's the beauty of diversifying the influencers and also being able to test based on engagement, impressions, and reach. But as I keep pointing out about the brief, think about it as a contract too, because if that influencer doesn't deliver, you're on the hook. So by diversifying and utilizing multiple influencers, you're also able to ensure that you're going to be safe, that one or two falls out, you're still okay. So then once you receive the content, as it's called out in the creative brief, you have the control to review it. And what's important here too is that you want to measure the results again to find your top performers as we think about creating an ad. So by acknowledging, hey, this person has 10,000 followers versus this person has 100,000 followers, the difference might be, okay, well, engagement on one was only 2.5, where engagement on that 10,000 follower influencer, that was actually 10, 15%. So that says a lot. Maybe the reach wasn't there, but engagement is really what you should be looking at. And that reach is the exciting part, which again is likes, shares, comments. And so as a recap from the influencer piece on TikTok, build your creative brief. That is going to be everything and anything between. Select the right influencers for the campaign and make sure you diversify your influencers so that you can maximize not only the reach, but you can use qualitative data and quantitative data to figure out your winners. From there, make iterations on your creative brief. Once you find the winners, try to get more content like that. Try to get more influencers like that. And so that's the beauty of testing and always iterating. And then from there, we recommend to definitely run another influencer campaign. And so with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and hand it off to Nina.
All right. Thank you, Casey. And this is just perfect timing to go into, once you have that UGC content, how do you optimize it for the platform? So for TikTok, that is where ShuttleRock comes in. So what ShuttleRock does is takes those existing assets, such as influencer campaigns, UGC, anything that is net new, and optimizes it specifically for TikTok. So when it comes to TikTok, like Casey said, there is really no winning formula. But what we do know is there are a few foundations to empower brands to succeed. This platform is ever changing between formats, best practices, rules and regulations, and even sounds and trends. So it's really important to be on top of those moving parts and having an expert who is trained in all of those best practices. The TikTok audience knows when things do not sit right. If it doesn't fit within the platform, they aren't going to engage with it. So you have to have bespoke creative that looks organic and natural to the feed. And lastly, TikTok is a platform, like Casey said, that is based on test, learn, and adapt. That means you need to have a lot of diversity. That means you have to have a lot of volume and scale to understand what is performing best. So there are a few guidelines on best practices. I'll run through these quickly because a lot of people do know these, but they're really important to take into consideration as you optimize for TikTok ads. Vertical only. Make sure you understand the safe zones. There is a small amount of space that you need to get your content across. Forget about branding first. Make it seem organic and natural to the platform. Have a CTA that has a support of graphic or animation. Keep it short, between 11 to 15 seconds. Audio is essential to the element of your storytelling. Leverage UGC, just like Casey said, with Coley and influencers to create an authentic approach. And lastly, understand these guidelines, but push the boundaries. TikTok is a place of innovation, to have fun, to have a brand voice. Use your audience to your benefit. So what makes TikTok different? These are fun. Sounds drive trends, whether it's voiceover, a duet, a movie dialogue, a trending song or dance. It creates a moment. It's seen as the universal language and impacts every single video. So if used correctly, it can change the entire experience of an ad. TikTok empowers brands to have creators at their fingertips. Encourage your community to share their passion and expertise using their own videos that highlight a certain value prop that you may have not discovered. And lastly, TikTok is not a passive platform. You should not be TikToking and driving or TikToking and watching a movie. The user is fully engaged when they're watching those videos, so use that to your benefit. Allow the brand storytelling to come to life. So the fun part, how do we mold the two pieces together? So leveraging the millions of creators on TikTok and how Coley co-creates and uses influencers to maximize a campaign, that is where ShuttleRock can come in and take different montages of videos from influencers speaking on a certain value prop and actually molding them into a TikTok-ready advertisement. Use the brand voice. We are going to showcase in this example with Ollie, a supplement company, how testing different copy variations is really exposing the winners of the group and then ideating off of those metrics. So instead of just testing the copy, you can test different concepts in entirety. So for example, Baptiste highlighted different looks and feels for each of these videos. And they took different montages of influencers to understand which value prop is really resonating. And therefore, after they understand which one, they can then scale that in different ideations with a different call to action. Maybe it's more of a brand awareness play. There's so many ways to diversify. And if there's one word that you should leave today with, it's to diversify content.
I feel alive like it's 1985. Yeah. I got the bass drum kicking. You be my sidekick. That's the way I like it. What you gonna do?
And without further ado, I'm going to turn this back over to Casey to wrap us up and showcase how Coley and Shuttle Rock can bring together both influencers and TikTok optimized ads to create the most successful campaigns.
Awesome. Thank you, Nina. So to wrap things up, here's ultimately the synopsis or play-by-play in terms of how we think about generating an ad for TikTok. Because as Nina mentioned, and as I mentioned, TikTok is its own medium. This isn't connected TV where you can mess around and see what works, what doesn't. TikTok is TikTok, and you need to adhere to it. And so we believe that it always starts with an influencer campaign specific for TikTok. So identifying those TikTok influencers that make sense for you and the brand, reaching out to them, utilizing that creative brief to find those folks and adhere to it. Once a campaign is done, measuring the results of each respective organic post to find your winners. And so once you find those winners, you can utilize something like Shuttle Rock to optimize that and to take it to the next level, to create something that's ad ready, but specific to TikTok. And so we always recommend, in addition to diversifying your influencer reach and working with several influencers to find your winner, we also recommend doing the same when it comes to running ads on TikTok. You should be running 3 or 5 or even 10 ads concurrently so that from there, you can find your winner. So then once you do, you measure the results and you repeat. So it's a seamless process in terms of working with influencers, measuring the results, sending the winners to somebody like Shuttle Rock or in-house where you're able to generate the ads, measuring the results, and doing it again. And so with that being said, we really appreciate you joining today. So if you have any questions, we'd love to hear from you. Our contact information can be found elsewhere. We hope that you enjoyed what you heard today. And we also have an offer available to everybody that is attending. So please feel free to take a look at the offers and let us know if you have any questions. We really appreciate it. Thanks so much, everybody. And thank you so much, Nina.
Thank you, Casey.